to look at it, more than happy to send that to you guys. All right, I'm going to share this here. Yeah, thanks for being here. And all right, we're going to do a slideshow here. All right, so we got our first animal. All right, and I believe that is Cushy. You like bunnies. All right. Do you have a bunny? No? Yeah, I've had bunnies offered to me, but
Oops,
I had the same.
I think I'm muted. Oops. I don't have any bunnies, but in my backyard I have
You have what?
like I have a few bunnies in my backyard.
Oh, bunny art. Okay, cool. Um, aspiring writers. So this is May 14th, 2025. So the focus is going to be on narrative ideas, practice, and sentence control. I'm pretty excited about just being able to show you guys some of this wonderful formats for capturing your ideas. We talked about a double bubble map before. Oh, and we have a koala. I'm not going to ask if you have a koala because we're not in Australia. So, do you have koala art though?
Uh, I'm not. I don't think so. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, learning objectives, practice original narrative writing without online or AI support. So, this was part of your commitment to yourself and to your parents and even to me that you would really just not allow, you know, yourself to look online or to use AI for any of this. There's going to be a time and place for that, perhaps. You know, as your school goes through that kind of evolution, more schools are going to be embracing that sort of thing. And I agree with that. I think it should happen. Um, strengthen sentence variety and fluency through modeling. Could jump right into IVF or use a completed double bubble map. Okay, so I'm going to be showing you by some examples of kind of the process of writing. And you'll see that it's kind of an ugly process and it's never perfect, right? Um, and um, more of a layered process. It's recursive. All right, use thinking maps to generate and explore personal story ideas. Okay, so activities, um, quick warm up. And so I want you to think of something that happened today, very small. I want you to think about the smallest thing that you can think of that happened today that was different. So I will start. In other words, we're not looking for big, fancy ideas, just something
Um. Also,
small.
like, yeah. Also, I have the book here, like the like.
Oh, yeah, the Elements of Style. That's an
Mm,
amazing book. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
yeah.
And you're waiting on your workbook. I'm still waiting on my workbook. Yeah, I'm excited about that. So I'm not prepared today to tell you exactly which pages to look at. Although I might grab my copy upstairs and tell you something to read. And wow, you're just going to be blown away at how helpful it is and how much it challenges you. So thanks for showing that to me. I appreciate that. So, what's one thing that happened today? And I'll start right before the session. I muted my camera, I muted my mic, and I went outside and I just stretched and I looked at the sky and I noticed it was a clear sky and there was one jet that was flying across, making a nice white streak. So, all right, who's going to go next?
Uh. Wait. Like, what am I supposed to say?
Yeah, one thing that happened today. It could be the silliest little thing that happened, like, or it could be something big, like today I went to the dentist, or today I wore my favorite shoes.
Um. Like, initially before the meeting, I like closed my camera, I muted my camera, and like I gazed out the window, um and I noticed a a bird, like I don't know, like a bird, um, flying inside. I'm not really sure.
Oh,
Like,
you saw a live bird.
yeah, I could say like I noticed a peculiar bird that contained shades of blue and was in like soared across the sky. Yeah, and it was like I think a blue jaybird.
Wow. You saw a blue jay today?
Mm.
Wow, that's cool. Um, and you guys are in Riverside County, so your guys are not too far from the mountains, I think, right? Is it the San
Mhm.
Bernardino Mountains?
Uh, I'm not sure.
Okay. All right. So I know there's kind of like it looks like there's a timeline here and everything, but I think some of this stuff um is be going to be combined. Like when you look at the double bubble map, a lot of it's going to focus on that today. A lot of the writing. All right. So I don't really want to focus too much on things 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, as though we're trying to aim at perfection. I'm really trying to get you girls just more involved in your own learning. And I really saw what you did right there. And I can see you girls just like trying and participating and doing what feels a little uncomfortable, like saying, "Oh my gosh, he wants me to talk about something I just noticed." Like, okay, I guess, and then you did it, right? So it was kind of cool. And your sister jumped in. So I love that. So, what's the big idea? Your story matters. You don't need big words or reference materials to impress. Um, and I'll tell you what, your simplicity and you just taking one step in front of the other in terms of your writing, one simple sentence followed by another simple sentence and another and another. Um, And guess what? My goal in life is not to make you simple writers and make you boring writers because my goal for you is going to change as you change, right? So it's not as though I've got this whole thing figured out. I don't. All I know is where you're at right now and where I think we want to take you. And then it's like you'll tell me if it's working, if it's not, or what you need. And then you'll say, hey, can we look at some homework? And then I'll look at it and I'll realize, oh my gosh, they're learning more from just asking me these questions from homework and everything. So I'm going to be very flexible with that. Good writing starts with clear thinking and real experience. This is why we want you girls to get involved with writing in your journal. So I wanted to ask both of you, let's take a second. Where do you record your thoughts? Is it in a notebook? Is it on your phone? And
A
if
notebook.
it's on your phone, can you be really specific with what kind of app is it and that sort of thing? So let's anyone who can jump in. I'll start real quickly. So I find when I'm creating things, I I I know from experience and from science that I'll jot things down on a piece of paper. Now, sometimes I feel like, oh my gosh, how am I going to find that idea? So I know that I have a place on my phone called Google Keep. So a lot of times what I'll do is I'll write down my ideas, then I'll speak into my phone and it'll quickly type it for me. And I might use AI sometimes to simplify it and put it in bullet format if it's something important like planning a lesson, right? So that's how I record things. But for the most part, I record my daily life through Google Keep. And I just put things like, I'm going to have dinner with my daughter on Saturday. And I called my mom today. And today I took the day off. Something simple like that. Other days, it's really long because I'm really upset about something or really happy about something. And so I put more into it. But I give myself permission just to give one sentence or two sentences. That's it. I don't want it to become a chore. So that's my share out. You don't have to talk that much. You can keep it real simple if you want. So who's going to go next
Like when I'm formulating ideas in my for ELA, I write it down in my notebook.
in your notebook?
Yeah,
So you have a physical notebook that it comes home with you or it stays at school.
yeah. I usually contain all of my information in my diary entry.
Is that like a physical diary or is it something online?
It's a physical diary, I think. Yeah, it's like an
That's pretty cool.
actual.
Yeah, an actual journal. When it gets filled up, I'm assuming that you buy another one kind of like the similar size, or is it kind of like, talk to me about that. How often do you buy a new journal? And do you keep them stacked so that you can look back on the last 5 years
Wait,
and
once a month.
once
Yeah,
a
about
month?
maybe twice a month. Yeah, twice or once. Yeah,
Once or twice a month, you buy a new journal?
yeah,
Wow. So you girls are journal writers, you're diary keepers.
yeah. It's like I also like write a lot of math. So like yeah, I
Like to,
frequently like need notebooks.
what was that last part?
I like frequently need like new notebooks because I write excessively in math like in ELA stuff. So like yeah.
Got it. Okay. What are you going to use for this class, for this tutoring in terms of like when I ask you to read something or we're working in the sessions and you're jotting down ideas? Do you
My
have a separate notebook just for tutoring?
Yeah, I have yeah.
Okay.
I have this.
Awesome. Oh, wonderful. Okay. Great. Okay. That sounds good. Sometimes we'll be on the computer doing this so that I can see it, but other times I might ask you to show me, just like hold it up, stuff like that. Okay, cool. Writing fluently means choosing the right sentence type for your idea. All right, let's get out of these boring slides here. Let's jump right in. Open session. All right, so what I did is, and of course, you have access to this if you're in Google Classroom. Sometimes students just like to watch from their screen, and as I project everything, can you see my Google Classroom? Did I share?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Um, all right, we're gonna go here. Okay, this is weird because I don't see our week two. Oh, this is week one. That's why. Gosh, I could confuse myself there. Okay, here we go. Session two. All right, we're gonna look at a double bubble map. Now, what I did is I created, no, that's not the right one. Oh, yeah, here we go. I like this. So I put the thinking map into a Google slide and I gave it to each of you as a Google assignment because I might have you complete your own double bubble map. So what we have here is a double bubble map. And if you've ever seen a Venn diagram where you have two circles overlapping, um, tell me if you've ever seen this sort of a map right here.
Yes. Oh yeah, that's like a similarity.
Yeah. I think you were talking to me about that last time, about the middle and everything. I do remember that. Um, Double bubble maps, way better. Okay. Now, would one of you like to read? You want to take turns? No, it's okay. I'll read the whole thing. Follow along. And this is what a double bubble map is. Actually, it tells you how to actually use it, which I think I explained last time, but let's just review this. Place the two topics in the large bubbles on the left and right sides of the map. In the center bubbles between them, list similarities with both topics share. In the outer bubbles connected only to one side, list differences that are unique to each topic. This visually helps you clearly organize how two things are alike and how they differ. I think you already know that. This right here is going to be what we're going to use today. And I'm going to show you what I've done here. So if I press Control A, you see all these little blue boxes.
Mhm.
These are all the places where we can actually fill in stuff. Now, um, so I'm going to demonstrate this for you, and then I have you fill out your own bubble map, okay? So you're going to be eventually opening up the assignment, and here we go. So we're going to put the topic right here. Okay, that's going to be our topic. Let me do something here. This is a little better. All right. Topic is who I am versus who we are. And then we also, so this is our first topic would be who's she? Second topic here is Marguerite. And then kind of remind me of what your similarities were. Um, and then I'm going to have you girls work on this. So, what's the big picture here? We're focused just on ideas. We're not trying to put fancy words, just ideas. And ideas sometimes are simple words, they can be pictures. So, I want you girls to think if the visual register helps you and it helps you in that sense, then close your eyes or just imagine the differences between both of you. Or maybe there's an experience that really shows the difference between both of you. Perhaps both of you, I'm just making this up. You went to a party and you went with your cousins, and then one of you, you know, kind of showed a different side of herself, right? And your cousin said, ah, now I know the difference between my twin cousins. Now I see it. And maybe it's the way that Mayuri, maybe the way that you danced, maybe the way your sister just sat there and just talked and talked and talked to the older people in the party, like your grandma, whatever, right? And it's like you really started to see that difference between both of you. So that an exercise like this comes very easy if if you think about that. So take a second now. Um, Tell me what were the similarities between oh, I think Kushi, you're ambidextrous slightly, right? Okay. And then Mayuri, you're right-handed. And I really need to make this kind of smaller. Okay. Hope you can see that. All right. And then what was one of I think you mentioned two similarities and I forgot what they were.
Um,
Introverted?
yeah.
Okay. And let me ask you a question. Are twins always similar in their extroversion, introversion
Yeah.
differences?
Yeah, majority of the time.
Majority of the time, they're similar. Okay. Oops. Okay. All right. And what was the other? Okay, well, you get the idea here. So what we're going to have you do is open up the assignments, and I want you to fill in your own. And you're going to fill in these missing circles here. You're going to come up with one. And guess what? If you want to change the introverted and get rid of that because you're like, oh, I have like four different ways we're similar, go with it. Okay. It's going to be your own kind of paper, if you will. Um, and if you want to change the differences, go right ahead.
Are we doing our own separate or what?
That's right. Yeah. So you're going to come up here and you can see that I've assigned this to each of you
Yeah.
separately, but it's under week one and it's toward the bottom under session two slides, session two. So just go to the very last thing right there and you'll be able to open it up.
What's my like topic about?
Yeah, the topic is right here. Um,
Do I just like add on or
yeah, you can just add on, or you can just get rid of the ideas that I put down here and put your own. Like you might have so many ideas that you want to get rid of. You don't want to talk about right-handed, left-handed. You don't want to talk about ambidextrous, right? You might want to focus on your foods, the different foods that you like, the different shows that you like, the different kinds of music stars that you like. And do me a favor, don't look online. This is all about what you know. So you only get to use your mind and however that comes about. You can look around yourself though. Look at your room. Perhaps there are artifacts in your room, posters. Maybe your bedding is a certain color. Maybe you like darker colors. Your sister likes more pastels. Your sister likes
I like
sweet.
more I like pink or purple. My sister likes black or blue.
All right, so that'd be an obvious difference right there. All right, I'm gonna give you girls about at least 5 minutes here. I'll put my timer, and if you need more time, no problem, because I'm here for you. It's not for the clock. The clock is not the boss, but we'll start with 5 minutes.
Is like the characteristics, is it like depending on which side it's like what? Like my sister, is it the three things? Is that her characteristics and then like my three things are characteristics and then the traits that they show are in the middle or what?
Okay, it can be character. Okay, on the outside circles can be characteristics, experiences, habits, hobbies. It's really open-ended, really. Um, and on the middle, it can be similarities, and it could be something like we both like a certain show, right? It's not all about personality and characteristics, but it can be, right?
Is it one
So
word?
feel good, feel right. I mean, what's that?
Is it one word or I don't get it?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question, actually. I didn't really tell you, right? Um, it doesn't have to be just one word. It can be like we both, okay, it could be like, let me think of an example. Watching, watching volleyball, watching golf,
Okay.
right? That's fine because that's a phrase. So as long as you're focusing on one idea at a time, use as many words as you want. It can be a phrase, it can even be a whole sentence. Does that help?
Yeah.
Okay. And I would definitely reduce the size of the font so that you don't get this kind of spillover effect on your text.
Okay.
About 30 seconds, but I'm happy to give you more time. I just want to check in with you girls when that time is up, and then we'll just see if we need more time. That'll be fine. Okay. What if I asked you to project each of your screens one at a time and start with Myri?
Yeah.
Okay, favorite was black and blue. Okay, both the essential sections of.
I'm still doing this one,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. Favorite colors pink and purple. Nice. Obtain black. Everyone on my left hand. Okay. All right. And then how about Kushi? Thank you for sharing that.
Uh,
Find Instagram and YouTube shorts very indulging and okay. Utterly enlightened by hobbies such as ice skating, horse riding, and piano. Oh my gosh. I love that. And Myri, I want to come back to yours as well because you have some interesting stuff. Primarily captured by gemstones, Grace. Okay. Okay. I see you're still working on that. So keep working. And then Myri, um, keep working. Yeah, let's take another 4 minutes. Actually, let's make that about 3 minutes because I just want to give you enough, just a few ideas, and it looks like you're well on your way. Um, there's plenty there. While you're doing that, I'm just working on my own thing here for us. So I'll be happy to show this to you in a minute. All right, let's take one more minute, and don't feel bad if you didn't fill the whole thing out. Oh, she's on her way. She's got that. Cool. My story. All right, 15 seconds. All right, let's finish up and I'm going to share my screen. All right, let's take a 1 minute break. And if you want to get up and stretch, you can do that. If you want to recharge the brain, they taught me this in school a long time ago. You cross over like that and it'll recharge your neural circuitry. So you can blank out your camera if you want, so you can make some ugly faces or stretch. So I'll see you in a minute. All right, I am back. Oh, I don't know what happened to this whiteboard here. Okay. Okay, so how do you feel about what you just did? Talk to me, give me a word. Feel good about it? Feel okay?
Yeah.
You like the exercise?
Mhm. Wait, what?
Okay.
Yeah.
What's that?
Nothing.
Okay. Let me go and share my screen. Okay. Share, share, share. Okay, I'm looking at your work here, and let's do this. We're gonna shift gears for a minute, then we're gonna come back to this. All right, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna share with you. Say yes if you can see the session document here.
Yeah.
Okay, both of you can. All right, so we're going to do a little bit of writing right now. Now, it's not necessarily writing about what you just put down on your double bubble map in terms of who you are, how you're different, how you're similar. We're just going to just forget all that for a minute. We're going to come back to that in a few minutes here. I'm going to show you a structure here that's really going to force you to think about the function of each part of the sentence. And this is going to look like it's kindergarten stuff at first, but I promise you, this is going to kind of help you visualize those sentences. And because you girls have a lot of skills, we're just trying to deconstruct everything so that we can become more clear in our writing. So I have this thing called IVF. I stands for identify the subject. Subject is who or what does the action, right? I tutor, right? I is the subject. Now, tutor is the verb. And let me ask each of you a question. Add and then finally finish your thought is what the F stands for. So if I say to you, I, you should be thinking, identify the subject, who or what does the action. If I say to you, V is in Victor, you should be thinking, what's the action here? What's the verb? And if I say F, you should be thinking, what's the rest of the sentence, right? It's all that other stuff, all the modifiers, the answer to the question, like the direct object or indirect object, all that kind of stuff. Now, so let me ask each of you one at a time Out of these three parts, how many do you need to make a sentence? Do you need just one part, two parts, or all three parts to make a sentence?
All
Let's start
three.
with Myri.
All three.
Cushy, you're saying three parts. You need all three to make a sentence.
All three. Yeah, all three.
And Cushy, you're saying all three. Okay. All right. So you ready for the answer? The answer is technically all you need is a subject and verb, right? She she walks is a complete sentence, believe it or not. It's not a really great sentence, but would you agree it doesn't have a lot of problems in it, right? It's just not really specific, right? Now, what I'm not trying to get you to write like this. She walks, period. She talks, period. She goes to the museum, period. That would be wasting your time, right? I'm going to be teaching you some academic response frames later. Later, we're going to talk about all those incredible paragraphs that you want to write. And you do write really well, actually, believe it or not. Um, but this is going to make you even more powerful. Okay. Today, we're just going to learn the terminology. That's it. We're just going to learn the basics. We're going to build from here. Don't worry, it's going to get complicated. Okay. Now, um, I'm going to give you an example. Then each of you is going to help me with the next one. Then you're going to do your own. Okay. So this is a word bank, right? So give me an idea. Just name a couple of. You can name an animal because an animal can be a subject. You can name a force of nature, the wind, right? That can be a subject. Verb blows, the wind blows, right? Um, or a person, she, he, Devendra, David, Sarah. So I'm going to start with the first one. All right. So each of you give me a subject.
Um,
What's that?
oh, what's it called? Like Sarah, the serene forest. What? The serene forest. Wait,
The
that's supposed to
serene
be a
forest.
name.
Yeah, that's fine. The serene forest. Okay. The serene.
Um,
Okay. Give me a verb now. Now, it doesn't have to match with David. It can just be any verb.
um,
Actually, let's make it more or less make sense, right? So, David, I'll start. Writes. Okay.
can I actually say the turbulent wind?
We can. Yeah. Sounds like you girls read a lot. This is like every time you say something, I can visualize like a storybook. All right, let's work on our verbs. A simple verb, be as simple as you can.
Um,
Don't think too hard. Sarah
contemplates. Mulls over the no contemplates. No mulls over.
contemplates. Okay, that's fine. We can do both. Um, now, I know you want to say mulls over. Okay, I'm going to get to that in a second. We'll hang on to that for a second. That word over is part of the finished thought.
Or you can say
We'll
or
get to that.
ponders. Mulls over
Yeah,
ponders contemplates.
yeah, ponders. That's good. Okay, let's talk about the serene forest. Try to be as simple as possible.
Uh, can I say placidly blows? I don't know if that makes sense, but
Okay, blows. Um, hang on to placidly also. That's an adverb. Um, the serene forest is what? Try to give me one word. It can be a big word. It can be a complex word, but it has to be one word.
mm, mm,
It's a tough one, I know. grows, uh, sleeps, if you want to be symbolic, using personification. The serene forest sleeps. It could
Yeah.
even be is. It can even be the is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's the
Yeah.
fun part, right? Yeah. Question? Okay. Very simple. Now, the finished thought is everything else that you want to say. Now, I want to encourage you girls, every time you write, unless you're given a very specific topic and you were reading a poem or a story, and your teacher asks you to write about this character or this thing that happened, but kind of like what we're doing now, where it's like we're coming up with raw ideas, just random ideas. I want you to use your visual memory. I want you to use your surroundings. I want you to use what you know. I want you to use your diary. I want you to use something that you like. If it's music, like piano, for example, I have a piano right next to us over there. I have a piano and two bass guitars. Ice skating's my favorite, by the way. And I have beauty marks. So we're kind of similar in that sense. But I want you to use that sort of thing. David is my dad. Writes is something that I know. And as I'm thinking about my parents right now, what would my father David have written? Because my dad is not a writer. He's a retired accountant and financial person. He actually controlled a whole company, the finances. He was called a controller, right? But for my finished thought here, I want to give you the rest of my thought. What am I trying to say here? I'm going to use what I know.
Could
He
you say
married
that
my mom. Right.
could you say that turbulent wind incinerates and then the noun be residences?
Insinuates what's that last part?
Incinerate in like the turbulent wind incinerates and residences is the noun.
The residences?
Yeah, yeah. Remnants.
Yes,
It
absolutely.
residences or it obliterates obliterates you could say David like riots effectively or sufficiently
A what?
or whatever. Effectively or sufficiently.
A what let? I'm having trouble hearing you.
Is it effectively or effectively or sufficiently or profoundly?
Okay. Um, so let's talk about that for a second. So you've given me some adverbs right now. So what we're gonna do, we're hang on to that idea. Just let me do this. A love letter to Bella. That's my mom. Okay. Did you want to say something? I know I missed something because I couldn't hear you.
Uh,
Okay, that's fine. Watch what we do now. Okay. I'm gonna just start to write my sentence here. I'm gonna try to write the simplest sentence I can write. The dumbest, simplest sentence, right? David writes. Oh, I don't like this. Let me do something here. Oh, I know what I'll do. Yeah, now we'll put everything together. There we go. Right, David writes. Okay. I want you to repeat this with me. Writing is rewriting. Let me hear you.
writing is rewriting.
Say it again. Writing is rewriting.
Writing is rewriting.
Okay. So I wrote something. Now I'm going to rewrite it. This time I'm going to add some flair, right? But I'm going to start with my finished thought right here. David writes a love letter. All right. David writes a love letter to Bella. Okay, your turn. So use what we have here, but let's go really simply. Then you said you gave me a couple of adverbs, right? You said something about some, about how he writes, right? What was it again?
Uh,
You're muted. Yeah.
I think effectively or sufficiently or profoundly.
Okay, profoundly. Let's go with profoundly. So that's not part of what we're working on today, but I'm going to put it here in a different box. So I'm going to say,
Also, I have like an argumentative essay I just wrote on my own. Is it fine if you like check it if it's on?
yeah, I can check it, but let's try to finish up with this real fast. Now, I want you girls to hear me. Really pay attention to this. I want us to get rid of all these adverbs and adjectives. Um, the turbulent wind, we're going to get rid of turbulent right now, but we're going to park it here. Um, sorry, I'm doing this wrong. Hold on. This goes over here. Okay, turbulent is an adjective because it describes the noun wind. Okay, and you said profoundly. He profoundly writes. Okay. I just want you for the next couple of lessons just to do the identify the subject, the verb, and the finished thought. Make it really simple because we're going to build into our sentences these different parts. As we do it, we're going to name these different parts. We're going to name our subject. We're going to name our verb. We're going to name our finished thought. Later, we're going to add our adverbs and we're going to name them. We're going to name our adjectives. Do you know why I'm doing this?
Uh, no.
Because I want to give you girls more control over your sentences, over your writing. Because right now your writing is controlling you. Do you understand what how that happens?
No. No.
Some of your sentences were so long that it was easy to get a little confused there, and I had to reread and reread. And I knew what you meant because you're very intelligent and the way you put everything together, I I could I could tell what you meant. But we need to make you're going to get higher grades and higher just overall performance if you can make your writing so clear and so powerful. And here's the thing, this is the beauty of what I'm trying to show you here. When you sit down and write an argumentative essay and you're bringing evidence and arguments and counter arguments, if you start with really simple sentences, as simple as you can, you're going to be able to see whether or not you have that argument and whether or not it's strong. Do you agree with that?
Hmm.
Yes, no?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then guess what? When you rewrite, you're going to add, you're going to modify, you're going to change, you're going to embellish, you're going to change the word choice. But at least you'll be able to see things first. So remember, writing is rewriting. So we have to write it several times. Um, okay. I think that's enough there. I want to go back to this. Um, and then I want to help you with I think you have some assignment that you want me to look at. So give me a few minutes here. Let's look at Cushies. Sorry. Yeah, this is Cushies. And let me see if I can enlarge this a little bit. Oh, that's not good. I don't want to do that. Um, okay, here's what I want you to do for homework. One of the things I'm going to do, I'm going to give you girls a couple of chapters to read in that little book. It'll probably take you 10 minutes total, if not 5 minutes. Um, So homework for twins is elements, 2 chapters. Second thing, I want you to come up here and it says here, everywhere where you have complicated sentences, where you can simplify things, I want you to change it down. So this right here, let's go through this a little bit. Admire fabricating clothes composing of dazzling gemstones. Um, let's just change this to with. Is that okay?
Mhm.
Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
I mean, you can change it, but I'm just going to give you a little bit of feedback here. I want to get this as simple as possible. We are going to do some writing using all of this, not today because we're out of time for the lesson. Primarily captivated by gemstones and various other rocks correlated with it. That's fine. That's fine. Introverted and desire to enroll into the finance field as a profession. Introverted and want to work in finance. Contains a remarkable black birth appended on the left hand. We don't need the word appended. It's not used properly here. Like an appendix is something added to, which I'm sure you already know. All we have to say is has. So contain is usually when something has a series of things in it, like a number of different things. Has a remarkable black birthmark
Oh, oops.
on the left hand. Okay. Let's look at Myri's next. Classwork. No, why did it do that? Uh-oh. Something's wrong here. Okay, I think I'm just confused. Yeah, double bubble movement. That's what we're looking at. I shouldn't be confused. Oh boy.
I think it's the My Story. Yeah, that one.
Yes, that's the one. Okay, Myri. Thanks. Okay, exhibit deep admiration towards social media platforms that correlate towards YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. Okay, is it okay if I chop this up a bit?
Mhm.
Okay. Um, like YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. I know that you might want to use the word social media, but let's put that in parentheses because I I don't want to destroy your idea here. That's not my intent. It's not to destroy your idea or change it. It's just to simplify. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. But I think that when you write it out, I think you like the word social media because that's like a main idea. And so all right, obtain a black birthmark on my left hand. Well, so you got a black birthmark or you were born with a black
I
birthmark?
think you should say you were in. You were inherited. No, so I was like originated. Wait, no, wait. You
Okay, you
saying
can
you were
say,
inherited with
yeah,
a yeah,
yeah, you
inherited.
can say inherited. You can say, is that fine, Myri?
Yeah.
Okay. In fact, that's a beautiful usage there. I really liked how you use that inherited. It's not typical, but we don't have to be typical as writers. We can be original too. Favor the colors black and blue as they symbolize obscurity. Nice. Oh, I love that. It's gorgeous. It's a great idea right there. We both relish the essential constituents of salad. Um, Now you're going to hate me for this because you love words, I can tell. But what we have to do is, I promise you, when you rewrite this, you can introduce those words back again, and we can talk about that. We can talk back and forth. But for now, we're just going to say as simply as possible, both relish salad and everything. Let's say relish all salad ingredients. Okay, we are done for today, except you have some questions. And if you want me to spend some extra time, I'm happy to do that because I don't have anything happening after this. So, do you want to go ahead and share your screen?
Yeah. 1 second. Um,
Oh, Cushy and Myri, can you give me like 1 more minute?
oh
I
yeah.
promise I'll give you 20 minutes if you want homework. I want to show you what we're going to do next time so it all makes sense to you, okay? What I was working on when you were working quietly is I was building our map in such a way that we're going to be able to speak off of that map, and it's going to really be a lot of fun to use to write. So let me show you that. Okay. Yeah, here we go. Teacher demo, bubble map. Oh, goodness. All right, it disappeared. I don't know where it went, but too bad. We'll look at it next time. But basically, I added, oh, here, this is it right here. Can you see what I added in here? So
Yeah.
one of you asked me, what's the focus? What do you want me to focus on here, right? You remember that question? It's called the frame of reference. So the main topic is not just who I am versus who we are. That sounds like a title, right? It's not very helpful. The real frame of reference is interesting differences and similarities that show who we are. Does that make a little more sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Frame of reference is what gives this whole map focus. We can change the frame of reference to change the focal point. And I added some transition words in here. So next time we get together, you're going to be putting all this into a paragraph or an essay or a little story, whatever it is. We'll figure it out. Okay, I'll stop talking now, and then I want to kind of see what it is that you want help with.
It was like an essay kind of. I was just writing, but
Okay, so what's your question?
if you could like view over it.
Yeah, I can read over it. And do you want me to comment on the writing, whether or not it makes sense to me, whether
Yeah.
it answers the question?
Mhm.
Okay, so what's this writing topic about, basically?
It's about well my claim is like if homework well I'm kind of opposing. I'm just saying homework is um
Is it like the pros and cons of homework?
no, it's just like it's a argumentative essay, so it includes a counterclaim. But what like math is regarding about like homework, I think I wrote like I'm writing about how it's how it's like distress to students' lives. Homework is a distress to students' lives. I think that's what I mean.
It's a distraction or distress to
It's a
students'
distress.
lives. Right?
It's like an assortment of distress for students' lives is what my topic is. Like how it causes stress to students' lives.
Got it. Yeah, I understand. I understand. Okay. Can you do me a favor? And if you can, no, that's fine. I can read it from here. Okay, I'm going to read this. Here's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to take my time with this. I'm going to say anytime you're reading something that you wrote or you're asking somebody like me, always ask them to read it out loud. And then I want you to listen for your own self. And I want you to jot down on your on paper if there's anything that you notice, like if I'm reading a sentence and you say to yourself, "Oh my gosh, I could have said it this way. I could have used that word," right? I want you to jot that down, right? Or if you're reading your sentence and you say to yourself, "I'm confused. I don't know what I wrote." Hey, that happens to me all the time, right? If I read something like a week later, I want you to jot that down as well. Okay. Because I think that's going to be valuable. All right, here we go. Homework, I have discovered, involves a sharp pencil and thick books and long size, stated an American children's writer known as Catherine Applegate. Homework is a strain inducer and a potent stressor. The stress caused by homework can primarily lead to physical and mental health, predominantly leading to profound distress in today's modern society, as there are numerous activities occurring on a student's daily basis, and any supplementary assignment will heavily increase the strain in students' typical lifespan. Wow, saying a lot. Homework is a strenuous exercise that should diminish in students' existence. Homework is a profound affliction towards students' lives, leads to major disinterest towards students' inquisitiveness toward learning, feeling overburdened for impoverished individuals due to various priorities during their daily lives. And homework is not cognitive to a more refined academic achievement. Okay, I know what you're saying here. You're saying um, causes stress. It's a mental health disorder. It's not a mental health disorder. It negatively impacts your stress level and your mental state. Um, you're also seen to be saying it decreases your lifespan. And um, why is that?
Wait,
Is
where?
that because is that
But he
because
also said,
stress? Huh?
she also said students' lives leads. Isn't it students' lives and leads to major disinterest?
Where is it at?
Student
Oh,
lives and leads. Oops, yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So it decreases your desire to learn and your natural curiosity and inquisitiveness, right?
Mhm.
Okay. All right.
Actually, it's not homework contains a profound affliction. It's not contains.
and what is it? Has?
No displays, I thought.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Okay. So we have about okay, I'll just keep reading here, but let's do this. Um, I'm going to get my phone to help us. Not that I'm looking anything up online, but I have a voice recorder. So that way I'm able to type and I can show you what I'm typing, but I'm gonna speak it. So I'm gonna say here, Okay, let's take this a step at a time. I recorded that. I don't like that. Okay. What I'm going to do right now, I'll ask you what you meant in different places, and I'm going to rewrite it more simply. So, and we're just going to cut it way down, kind of like what we were doing today, where I was saying get rid of the words. We're just going to focus on the subject, the verb, the finished thought, and all that. Okay. Let's keep that quote. Homework is a strain inducer and a potent stressor. Okay. What are you saying that homework causes? Give me one word. Homework causes,
Homework causes distress and affliction towards students' lives.
but give me one word. Homework causes
Stress.
blank, stress, and what else? Try to give me one word if you can. If not, two words is okay. Start from simple numbers.
Uh, Homework causes like can I say homework causes affliction towards students' typical lifespan?
What do you mean by that?
It causes like stress. It's like a stress inducer. Like it causes it causes the kind of like a supplement of distress in students' lives. It's like a factor of distress, is what I'm saying.
Causes stress and distress, right?
Mhm.
Mental distress. Okay, that's your first sentence. Distress caused by homework can primarily lead to physical and mental health. I think you meant mental health problems,
All right.
predominantly leading to profound distress in today's. Okay, whoa, that's just a lot. Predominantly leading to profound distress in today's modern society as there are numerous activities occurring on a student's daily basis. Okay, let's take this part first. Distress caused by homework can primarily lead to physical, mental health issues. Homework causes mental health disorders and stress in daily life. Is that what you're trying to say?
Mhm.
Okay. Then let's go to the next part of the sentence. Stress also reduces a student's lifespan. Homework is a strenuous exercise that should diminish in students' existence. Are you trying to say students should have less homework over time?
Yeah, it should like purge away. Well, not really purge away. I'm just trying to say like it should like gradually like reduce. It should be like a reduction in homework is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Over time, like, are you saying that as the student gets older, less homework? Are you saying in all
I'm
the
just saying,
schools? What?
well, it doesn't like matter. It means like all like the global worldwide. I'm saying there should like be a reduction in homework.
I
But
got you. I got you. Okay. Worldwide, comma, schools should reduce students' homework. Is that what you're trying to say?
Mhm.
Okay. All right. Homework displays a profound affliction towards students' lives and leads to major disinterest. Okay. What do you mean by affliction? Because that's very, I know what affliction means, but in what way? Like what type of affliction?
It causes affliction to like the mental and physical health.
But haven't you already said that?
Yeah, but I was like trying to tie it back in a way, but I was also trying to like include that in a way. Uh,
Okay. So if you want to use that word, could we move the word affliction to one of the earlier sentences? Yes?
Yeah, like how? Like,
I'll show you. I'll show you in a second. All you have to tell me is yes. And then what I'll do is whatever I'm typing, I'm going to send to you so you can see it. Okay. So
mhm.
I'm revising this for you. So give me a second. Is an affliction that causes stress. Okay. All right. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. And it leads to a major disinterest towards students' inquisitiveness. So you're saying it leads to a student losing interest in their learning. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Homework can reduce a student's desire to learn. Feeling overburdened for impoverished individuals. What do you mean so who's feeling overburdened for these impoverished
Um,
individuals?
I think it's initially like for impoverished individuals, they can't really they have other priorities. So like when they're trying to when they're trying to like um perceive and like grasping the core knowledge of their academic performance, they can't really enable it because they have so many other priorities in life that it's just like it just they feel overwhelmed and like in such a sensation.
So Kushi, what you just told to me made perfect sense, but you never said it here that way. You said, no, don't get me wrong. You wrote down a sentence where you thought you were saying that, but when you explained to me right now, it was more specific, right?
Mhm.
I knew exactly what you meant, but until you explained it to me, I didn't know what you meant. I didn't know it because the word impoverished individuals. So actually, I do know what you mean here, impoverished, but I was a little unclear. So what you could say instead, and I'm going to write this down. Oh, so that's a separate thing, feeling overburdened for due
Yeah,
to various
it's like
priorities.
I'm doing three topics for each paragraph, and like those are the
I
three topics in the
I got you. I got you. No, what you're trying to say is this essay is focused on three topics. This is your introduction, and you're naming all of those. So that's your thesis.
yes.
Okay, I got you. Homework also is a burden for those who must spend their time surviving.
I'm primarily focused on like impoverished people, like people who cannot who like they're very like in an impoverished society, like a poor individual is what I'm saying.
This hurts them more than anybody else, is what you're saying.
Yeah. It's me major hardships for them more than any other individual.
Okay, got you. I like that. Ooh, I love that. Don't worry, you're gonna see exactly this paragraph kind of like in a different way, but it'll be more clear. So homework is also a is especially burdensome. Homework is especially burdensome for impoverished individuals who should spend their time on more important priorities. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah.
Okay. And the last part of this, and homework is not cognitive to a more refined academic achievement. I know what you mean, but that's not how you use the word cognitive. Cognitive is an adjective. So you're saying it's not conducive. It doesn't encourage them.
It's
Yeah,
not
it's not
conducive.
conducive to academic achievement. Finally, comma, homework is not conducive to academic achievement, period. Okay, I'm ready now. Watch this. I want you, let me see. And I think in our Google Classroom, I think I have a section just for homework. Let me open it up. Okay, classwork. Let's take a look here. Onboarding assessments. Okay, I'll create this material. Create the topic right here. Homework help. Office hour and homework help. Okay, let's do that. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. We're going to create a document right here that I'm going to share with you girls. Let's see here. Okay, homework help. All right. So, all students. Okay. I'm going to share my screen right now. And I'm going to tell you how to open this up. And we should be finishing up here in a couple minutes. So, but I want you to see this. And then I'm going to try to see if you have any questions at the end of this. Give me a second here. Getting kind of loopy. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. Right. Tell me if you can see it. It says office hour and homework help.
Yeah.
Okay. You're going to press this right here, and you can go ahead and open it up if you want. I don't think I have to share it with you, but it may be that I have to add your email into there, which is fine. I can do that. But just let me know if you can open it.
Yeah, I can open it.
Okay. Oh gosh, I have to do something here. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so here's your quote that we're not going to put it down here. Homework is an affliction that causes stress and mental distress. Homework causes mental health disorders and stress in daily life. Stress also reduces a person's lifespan. Okay. Worldwide, schools should reduce students' homework. See, I don't really care about grammar right now. I just focus on ideas here. My question to you is, this is your hook, is the quote, right?
Yeah.
What's your background information? That's what
Uh,
I'd like you to kind of add in there. You may not or may not have that. So just give me some information. You can say, um,
because I needed to have 3 to 5 sentences, and like I don't know if I will go over the limit, but
oh, if she said only 3 to 5 sentences.
yeah, I would have written more, but that's why I had to like combine integrate sentences together, and they were like really long, and I didn't really know what to like, like exterminate. So
Okay. So do you maybe get rid of that quote, or is that? I mean, I like the quote, so it may be worth keeping.
uh, uh should I
Let's do
remove
this. Let's do this. Let's work our way backwards. We always have to have a hook, a little bit of background, then our thesis. thesis mentions all those three main ideas. What are those three main ideas? Because you have more than one. It looks like you have homework is an affliction that causes stress and distress, mental disorders. You have, okay, I know we can combine, these are all your reasons, but I think we can combine some of them. Homework is an affliction that causes stress and mental distress. Um,
I said Homer displays a profound affliction towards students' lives and leads to a major disinterest towards students' inquisitiveness towards and then I forgot. Wait, I think it's cut out. And I think it's just feeling overburdened for impoverished individuals due to various priorities during their daily lives. And homework is not conducive, you said, to a more refined academic achievement.
we don't need the word refined towards academic achievement. That so the some extra words that we don't really need just yet. Okay, so you have to kind of pick and choose here. Um, we can say that, um, look, we're going to combine all this. This is really one reason, right? Um, and I'm going to say that reduces. That's going to allow us to put into one sentence, right? Homework is an affliction that causes stress and mental health disorders that can reduce the student's lifespan. This worldwide school should reduce students' homework. That can be part of your conclusion. That doesn't have to,
Yeah.
that's not a reason in itself. That's just like a consequence, right? That's just something you want to see change as a result. Is that right?
Mhm.
Okay. All right. Are we making progress? Does it look like we're narrowing this down a bit?
Yeah.
Okay. Homework can reduce the student's desire to learn. That's separate than causing stress, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then burdensome, especially, I would say that this here can be part of, if once you
Yeah.
make the case that it is stressful and it takes a lot of time, can't this be one of your sub points or one of your supports? It doesn't have to be the main thing because it seems to be, we can easily say that as an example, right?
Mhm.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So it looks like those are our three reasons. All right. Last last 2 minutes here. Question for both of you. Do you girls use an outline when you write?
Yeah, I got provided an outline. Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Okay. All right, that's fine. Um, what I would encourage you to do is, it's going to be painful, okay? Get rid of that whole first paragraph, just erase it, except for the quote. Now, I'm not saying it's all bad. Don't hear what I'm saying. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, it's called, I hate to put it this way, writers have to kill their babies. They have to kill their babies. What do I mean by that? The words you love so much, the words that you set down, you think can't go away, right? Get rid of them and start from what I gave you right here. In fact, you might just use this because you helped me with this, right? This is
Yeah.
way more clear. Now, of course, you're going to get rid of the numbers, right? right? You're going to get rid of that when you actually write it. But at least this way you can kind of see, hey, I can see the skeleton. It's like taking an x-ray and seeing inside your body what's broken, what needs to be fixed, right? What are the parts? Okay. All right. Has that been helpful to you?
Mhm.
Okay. Well, I can tell that probably it's time for dinner or whatever else is next. But all right. Scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate today's session in terms of helpfulness, things that you learned,
A
etc.?
10.
The time.
10. Right. I will
Also,
see you girls on.
this assignment is due on Friday.
Well, okay. So
Yeah.
I would say, look, I want you to think of it this way. This is a work in progress. You're learning how to scale back so that you can really focus on those ideas and express them very clearly, right? So just do your best. Okay. Um, and take the grade the way it's going to come, right? Aren't you kind of learning how your writing should look now? Aren't you getting kind of you're being able to recognize some of your overwordiness, right?
Yeah.
Right? So it's going to hurt to look at some of your writing because you're not going to be able to fix it right away, but at least you're aware of it. Okay. So this is a painful stage. You just have to suck it up, right? That's the pain of learning something new and growing. That's how we grow. It's messy. Does that help your frame of mind a little bit?
Mhm.
Just struggle through it. Okay. Just get rid of a lot of the modifiers, get rid of adverbs, get rid of adjectives, and ask yourself, just like I asked you today, what did you mean here? What are you trying to say? And the way that you answer that question oftentimes is better than what you wrote because the way that we speak is more normal than the way we write, right? You don't go up in order, you don't go to Taco Bell and say, would you please imbibe me some fine, utterly gracious meals to imbibe my taste buds while I sit here enjoying the nice overhead lights on this precious day? Do you talk like that?
No.
No, you just say, I'd like to order a taco with a burrito and I'd like it for here. Thank you. You see that? You have to get used to converting this language of yours, which is this beautiful writing, all these beautiful words you use. You have to get rid of it for now. It's going to come back to you, I promise. When you see the writings like this very clear, when you rewrite it, you're going to add a lot of modifiers and you're going to fall in love with your writing all over again. Okay? So do that for yourself. Do that for each other. Hey, sister, let me read this to you. And then Mayuri, you ask her, what do you mean by this? Say it more simply. Well, I mean, blah, 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 blah. No, no, no. Say it more simple. And if you're not sure, take 20 words, cut it down to 18. When you have those 18 words, cut it down to 16. When you have those 16 words, cut it down to 12. I want you to cut your writing down by, let's say, 25%. You got to make some choices. Which words are going to go? What are the most important words? Does that help?
Yeah.
Like when you're
Yeah.
confused, yeah, just cut a little at a time. And it just takes practice, right?
Mhm.
All right, take it easy. It was a lot of fun working with you too. I really appreciate that.
Mhm.
All right, have a good one.
Okay.
And if you have any dying questions, let your mom know, and then she can text me.
Yeah.
Okay?
Bye.